What's up? It's PM Reviews back for week 6. Week 5 is pretty interesting. We got a lot of them right. I had 9 out of 14, I think it was, and he had 10 out of 14, right?
Yeah. 10 out of 15. 10 out of 15, I think. Yeah, 10 out of 15. There's 15 games. I got them numbered, I think. That's what we counted.
There was 14, I think, because it was that was before the Monday night game. Well, whatever it was.
Yeah.
We got 9 and 10 out of it.
All right. So, like I said, week 6. Here we go. Starting out Thursday night. Broncos at the Chargers.
Well, the Broncos are beatable now, but I still think that the Chargers have a lot of things to fix if they're going to beat the Broncos.
Yeah, I think Trevor Siemian's back this week. That showed the weakness with Paxton Lynch out, how much their offense really can't do. I don't think Trevor Siemian's just some kind of.
He can manage a game, and Paxton Lynch can't. That's pretty much what I get out of it.
Yeah, he's not even a game manager.
Yeah, I'm taking Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos. Pretty easy decision there.
So we got the next one is the first game on the Sunday list. It's the 49ers at the Bills. I'm going with the Bills on this one. The 49ers have also a lot of problems to figure out. The Bills they're pretty solid. They don't really have like a huge weakness. I'm just gonna go with them.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one to the 49ers. I think Colin Kaepernick, he is starting this week. They announced it yesterday.
That's the main reason I'm not picking him. I don't think he's gonna do well.
I like him. I think he's gonna do all right. I like him as a player, strictly. Just as a football player, nothing else. I don't like anything else really that much about him. That's personal though. I'm not gonna get into that. I think his what he brings to the game as far as his run game. Blaine Gabbert proved he can run.
Yeah, that's why I don't think he'll. He can throw better, undoubtedly.
Yeah, he definitely throws better. But I think I like.
He can
run
a little bit worse. But
I like his running ability he brings to the game, so I'm taking the 49ers. Next game is the Eagles at the Redskins. Good divisional game.
I'm gonna go with the Redskins. I think that I don't know. I think the Eagles kind of got off to a good start, and they might be. I don't know. It's just one loss, but I just liked what I saw of the Redskins the last few weeks. I think I'm gonna go with them. They gotta give Matt Jones the ball more though if they're gonna keep winning.
I think I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I'm not totally sold on Carson Wentz yet.
Yeah, me either. I think he's pretty solid though.
He's proven he should have went number 1. I think no doubt.
Oh, I think that was apparent week 1 whenever he actually got the start and the other one didn't. Jared Goff or whatever.
I think he's definitely proven his value as a number 2 overall pick. I mean, he's done pretty good. I'm taking the Eagles just because of Carson Wentz. Really, Kirk Cousins let me down this week. He threw a kind of a bad pick. Shouldn't have thrown the ball, but whatever. I'm taking the Eagles. Next game is the Browns at the Titans. I think we'll agree on this one.
Yeah, I don't see the Browns dropping to 0-6 or I think it would be 0-6. I don't think they've had a bye. I just think the Titans are better as a team though. I can't go off what I think one team's not going to start off, but I think the Titans have
the run game for the Titans is just
the run game is amazing. Like their quarterback's involved with it. Their quarterback can throw, which the Browns really they kind of gotten away from because of all the injuries they've had. I think you have to go to the Titans till the Browns figure their situation out.
The Browns got a lot to figure out.
Yeah,
quarterback,
And it's not like they're awful. I mean, like people are making it sound like they're the worst team ever. It's just like your quarterback gets hurt, and then your backups continue to get hurt. It's just this is what happens. I mean, that's.
Oh yeah, no, this is no doubt what happens.
They've had a rough schedule too.
Yeah, especially with week 5, you can't really blame them with Tom Brady coming off the suspension.
They played a lot of teams like that are like using them almost as a way to get ready for the rest of the season early on. Like
yeah. So we're both taking the Titans on that one. The next game is the Ravens at the Giants. This is gonna be a pretty good game, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I think the Giants are like a little bit too like they have a lot to figure out too. Like they don't know what they're doing on some of the downs. Like
they've had 2.
Eli Manning has always been a turnover machine, but
yeah, and they and when I say what I'm saying here is the Giants played Green Bay Sunday night at Green Bay, and they intercepted Aaron Rodgers twice, and they didn't turn nothing out of those interceptions. You know, what I mean? You gotta.
That's
when
how you lose
when
games.
when you pick off Aaron Rodgers twice in the same game, you got to turn those into points.
That has to be capitalized on.
And but I will commend Odell Beckham. He done a really good job from the film I saw, keeping his cool. He's got his, he looked like he had his composure under. He got his first touchdown of the season. That's week 5. Odell
Yeah, I
Beckham
never
gets his
thought
first
that would be the
touchdown of the
case.
season. But I think the Ravens are going to edge them out.
Yeah, okay, we got Ravens.
Yeah. Next game is the Panthers at the Saints.
This is the one we're most invested in, probably.
Yeah.
The Panthers just start off really not what you would have thought based on what we saw last year.
Yeah, no kidding. Panthers got it rough this year. They got a lot to figure out on defense.
There's too many. Well, everybody's blaming the defense, but it's like whenever you have multiple turnovers every week and then multiple penalties that cause 3 and outs, which I guess you could say is kind of a turnover. That's what I mean. The offense is losing the battle. The time of possession battle, so the defense is getting a lot of pressure on them. I think they're getting a little bit too much blame.
Yeah,
The offense hasn't done a lot, and the special teams kind of screwed up last week too. They didn't help out.
I think me and you agree on one thing though that we've talked about. Just off camera stuff is our front, not really necessarily our front 7, just our defensive line. They got to get that pass rush under control.
The only reason the defense looked good last year, I know people would say Norman, but I mean that's not completely the case, really. I mean, because they would just attack the other side if all the other guys were as bad as they're looking this year. The defensive line just made them look way better.
Yeah, when you rush
They're
the
getting almost
quarterback,
exposed, really.
when you get rushed the quarterback, you give him 2 or 3 seconds in the pocket. He's got to make a decision to run. You know what I mean?
Last year it was like our strength. It wasn't a weakness. It was like the thing that won us games. And then now it's like it seems like each quarterback we play has all the time he wants. It got a little bit better last week against the Buccaneers, but still not good enough with these inexperienced.
It's not good enough, and
I haven't seen enough out of Vernon Butler either for a first round pick.
he hasn't even played 2 weeks in a row.
That's pitiful. And when he's played, he hasn't really.
He has done nothing.
Because basically, what they did was they're like, we got a guy, Quan Short, 11 sacks as interior lineman, shouldn't even happen anyway. But okay, and we have Starr, who's that other huge monster in the line. But the only problem is, second half they were tired, so they got him to complete the rotation, but it hasn't done a lot. I think the Panthers could probably win this one.
Just because.
And I'm a lot more confident about saying this in the last couple weeks. That's the only reason I'm saying it again. Because the Saints, their defense is arguably the worst in the league. So I'd like to think they'd beat them. I think they will beat them.
I will say we have to.
Cam Newton's coming back, too.
Cam
That's
Newton's
a lot
back.
of. Jonathan Stewart's been out, too. And I think he might come back, I've heard.
We have. Undoubtedly, the Panthers line has to put pressure on Drew Brees this week.
Yeah, and no more stupid penalties either. Like every time we catch a break, somebody does something stupid, like that face mask, set him up into a field goal range.
Yeah,
that was stupid.
I think the Panthers are going to edge him out. Cam's coming back. This is questionably the first week he's playing healthy.
Yeah, besides week 1, yeah.
Which ended about halftime. If you really want to get serious, I mean, he took 2 big shots.
Well, they kept doing the thing where they kept coming back, and it looked like, it was very possible they could win.
Yeah.
You can't really say that it was at halftime since the field goal lost the game, but it was all the things that won the game had already happened at that point.
But we kind of agree Cam's looked off all season.
He's looked off the whole time, and I think it's a lot of these helmet-to-helmet hits.
He's taken a lot.
He's been taking so many.
A lot. I mean, a ton. Way.
I know it sounds crazy, but I would say have him run more because now he's just afraid to run. He's just getting clean, as a stationary target, I guess.
Yeah. So Cam's coming back. They're going to have a new game plan. The play call was tailored to play for Cam, and they called it for Derek Anderson Thursday night. A lot of those plays would have went Cam's way. You know what I mean? A lot of those plays Cam converts. So, I mean, keep the play call the same. Play call's not the problem. Coaches are definitely not the problem. If you hear that, that's not the problem.
There's questionable calls, but these people are fire every coach and all that. That's so stupid. Whenever there's 4 turnovers, that's why you lost right there. I don't care what happened. That is the problem right there.
Yeah,
and penalties, setting up field goals over and over. Come on.
So we're taking Panthers. Next game is the Jaguars at the Bears.
Yeah, this should be pretty good. I think this will be a really, really evenly matched game. I will say the Bears have looked pretty good with Brian Hoyer.
They really actually have.
He's a pretty good fit there. I actually might pick him. I picked the Bears. I like what they're doing with pretty much any running back that gets put in there is starting to look like Matt Forte used to look, and Zach Miller's been effectively used. So I think I'm gonna pick the Bears.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears. I don't think the Jaguars.
We had high hopes for him. If you go watch our week 2 video, like
Yeah.
we praised them for probably like 5 minutes straight, and,
Yeah.
and they just have let us down.
Their defense has let me down. I bragged on their defense all off season, and they really let me down. They're
Yeah,
not-
I want to see them do good. I think they will. They will get it figured out, but maybe like this isn't the year or something.
Next game is I've already made my mind up. The Rams at the Lions. The Lions are looking good this year.
I wouldn't say
I,
they looked good
I-
last week. I'd say.
Who's their number one receiver? I can't pull his name to mind.
Yeah,
Marvin Jones?
Yeah, not Muhammad.
Marvin Jones.
Yeah, Marvin
He's,
Jones.
You know he's leading the league right now in yards.
Yeah,
So I mean, something to be said. Give the Eagles their first loss. You know, Carson Wentz, he got his first.
I
loss.
feel like the Rams defense is just gonna overtake that whole gunslinger mentality that they have. I think the Rams will probably pull it off. I don't know why. I feel like they're the
I like the
perfect team
Lions.
to stop the Lions.
I like the Lions. I think the Lions will take them. Different 1:00 game here. The Steelers playing at 1. Steelers at the Dolphins is our next game. This could be. I think
I'm gonna pick the Dolphins. Don't have it figured out at all.
this
Like,
could be a massacre.
yeah,
could be.
the Steelers are definitely gonna win this one. Like,
This
I'm
could-
pretty
this could-
pretty sure about that.
This could get real ugly real fast.
The Steelers are just gonna. They're just gonna keep running it till they can't take it anymore. Then they're gonna move everybody in the box. Then they're gonna get killed with the pass. And if they don't move them up in the box, they're just gonna continue to run it on them.
Yeah.
Whatever they do, it's not gonna work out for him.
Ryan Tannehill looks.
He's scared. He
looks.
looks terrible. It's like
It's embarrassing. that he
frustrating to
looks-
watch.
Yeah, and I'm not even a fan, and I
Yeah.
don't like watching. I'm like,
yeah,
stop.
it's just like dude, this isn't how the game is supposed to be played. Like I don't like watching this. Yeah, we both
pretty
got Steelers.
pretty
on that.
decisive on the Steelers. Next game is the Bengals at the Patriots.
This could be the game of the week, just so far.
Man, this could.
I think the Patriots are gonna win, but I think they're gonna get one of the most tough fought victory. Like
This is
out of
gonna be
all
the
the games they
hardest
win,
so
they're gonna.
far.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy, but the Patriots are gonna take it over. I think.
Patriots, yeah, you can't go. I'm not after what I just saw. I'm not ready to go against Tom Brady yet. I'm not.
Yeah, they look pretty good. It was against the Browns, but the Bengals didn't look very well. Didn't look really good either last week. So I'm gonna have to pick the Patriots.
Moving into 4:00 games. First game is the Chiefs at the Raiders.
I'm probably gonna pick the Raiders just because they've been playing well the last few weeks, and the Chiefs have been not really what I thought they'd be at the beginning of the year. Because I also had high hopes for them. If you go watch our first week predictions, you can see us talk about them. I feel like the Raiders have just had I mean, it's a divisional game though, so you don't know anybody can win. I think the Raiders are gonna win though.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I know when I was reading fantasy this morning, Jamal Charles is getting brought back in.
If he's like fully
He's-
brought in, I think they really could.
No,
win.
that's what Andy Reid said. He's good. He had 100% participation today in practice, full pads, full hitting. No, he did not get pulled out. He practiced the whole day.
Okay, yeah,
nonstop.
that could make it a little closer. I still think the Raiders will win, but that's probably good news if you're a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, if you're a Chiefs fan, I'm gonna take the Chiefs. Number one, I think they'll win, but number two, I want them to win. I want Jamal Charles to have a good game. He hasn't had a good game yet. He's only played one, but I mean, he still hasn't had a good game. I just think they thought Jamal Charles was coming back way earlier than he really did come back, and they've played like he's gonna be back, and he just hasn't. But I think they're ready. I think they're ready to have their game plan centered back around Jamal Charles. Back to the old Alex Smith with the handing the ball off a
15 attempts for yeah.
lot.
So you got the Raiders or the Chiefs?
I got the Chiefs.
All
You
right.
got the Raiders. What's our next?
All right, let's see. Next we have the Falcons at the Seahawks. This could be the closest game, probably. Like I'd say.
And I don't want either teams to win.
Yeah. See, we have the team that is trying to take over the division, and we have the team that has put us out of playoff contention about 4 years in a row. Let's see, which one do I want to win? Probably the Seahawks for this one time. Do I think they can win? Yeah, because it's at Seattle.
That's it.
But I mean, the Falcons are hard to bet against right now. But I mean, you could say they beat Denver, but I mean, they had their quarterback out and all that. Plus, they always start off hot. I'm gonna pick the Seahawks.
It is. You know what? And you're right. Week 6, it is about time for them to start slowing down. That's what they do. That's just. I'm not saying that as a Panthers fan. I'm saying that as a.
I mean,
I don't want to call myself an analyst, but I watch football.
I mean, they started off 5-0 last
3
year.
days a week. I mean,
They started off 5-0 last year. They ended up with like 7 or 8 wins. I mean, 2012 they get the playoffs, one and done. It's like this is normal for them. They do this all the time.
I mean, I will commend them.
They do look really
Number
good.
one
though.
offense in the league. I'm gonna commend them.
They do look really good. Like they're legit. Their offense
Ryan
is legit.
has-
Their offense still played the Denver defense in Denver, and they just tore them in half. Like,
Yeah, they really did. But
and we said it, or I said it. I was like, if they get 3 touchdowns or more, they're gonna win the game, and that's what happened.
I just don't see Atlanta going to Denver, playing that defense and winning, coming back home, practicing all week, going to Seattle.
Yeah, that's really not even fair for them. Like, really, if you think about it, like that's so unfair. And I want them to lose. That's like if they do it, they earned it. Like obviously,
Oh, if they
I don't
do
think
it-
they'll do it, but if they do it, good job. And then they'll really be taken serious. And
Yeah, if they do this big West Coast swing right here to the 2 maybe best defenses in the NFC minus the Minnesota Vikings.
well, like the best in the AFC and
Or the
best in the NFC.
that's right.
Well, besides the Vikings, they're in the NFC. But
So you're taking Seahawks?
yeah, I'm taking Seahawks.
Yeah, I have to take the Seahawks. I don't think.
The Vikings they have bye weeks this week, right? I haven't.
Yeah,
seen
they're on a
them.
bye.
I was looking forward to talking about them. I love talking about how good they are this year.
Next game is my favorite game of the week.
Yeah, I've said that 3 times. I might say it one more time. This looks pretty good. Like
Aside from the Panthers game, obviously, this is my most exciting game of the week. The Cowboys are going to Green Bay, and this is a test for 2 teams who. This is a test right here.
I mean, everyone's getting a little too excited about the Cowboys. Do I think they look good? Yeah, I think they're probably top 2 or 3 in the NFC so far. But like the ultimate test for a new team is like when you play the Packers. Like that's when I knew the Panthers were legit.
at
last year.
Lambeau.
Yeah, well, we played them. Well, they didn't go to Lambeau, but
Nah, but
if you beat them, you're like, okay, we're one of the teams that's gonna be good for
for the rest of the season.
yeah, we're a
Yeah.
decent team now. Like that's when I knew the Panthers were good last year because that was the first
And
time
heck,
they got
that
tested.
was like week 11 or 12 or something. I mean,
No, I think
or-
I was rewatching the
Was it 10?
recap of the season earlier. It was like 7 or 8, I think.
Must
But we
have
had played some really easy games. Like some
Okay.
people were like, "Oh yeah,"
I
it
know-
might have been like 6, I think.
Oh man, I thought it was season just flew by so last year. Just
But yeah, the
it was-
Cowboys are gonna get tested this time. I think they could do it. I just don't think they will do it. I think Green Bay will just have the ball last and they'll score. I don't think it'll be like anything spectacular. I think the Cowboys will just come up barely short. But if they stick to the run game and it's effective and they manage the clock right, they could definitely win.
That's why I'm picking them. That's what I was about to say.
I'm gonna pick the Packers, but
We
I
was
think they can do it.
we watched most of the Cowboys game Sunday, and
We've watched almost every one this
they
year.
I just want to make sure I got this right. Yeah,
Their
I was
line
about to say-
dominated the
They played
Bengals.
the Bengals, and the Bengals aren't a chump defense.
No.
They're good. And
Front
it was
7
like,
wise, they're one of the best.
it was just like hand the ball to Ezekiel Elliott, he gets 6 yards, and it's like okay. Next play they hand it again, he gets another 6 yards, and you think it's like it's not even that they don't pick up on it; it's they pick up on it and there's nothing they can do about it.
There's no stopping it.
He would that cut he does where he like stutter steps, finds his hole and hits, and it's just for a guy who's in his 5th week, 6th week of the NFL, and he's learning stuff like that, making moves, making cuts like that, advanced. It so advanced for a 6th week player.
So you got the
I'm taking the Cowboys just because
Alright.
I haven't seen anybody. When I say stop it, I haven't even seen anybody slow the run game down, much less stop it.
All right,
So,
all right. Let's go to the next one. We got Colts and Texans.
Um,
we're trying to wrap up real quick because the memory card's probably about to run out. But
Yeah.
I think Colts got it. I think they're more well rounded.
yeah, Colts.
And then next
Real
we
quick, got our Jets. Got the Jets at the Cardinals.
I think Cards take
Cardinals.
it. I think they came back last week.
Yeah. We're about out of time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on PM Reviews.